There's something magical about seeing you on such a place that looks like a castle in the seas. Oh, how I can't get enough of you. And to think, not long ago, my biggest concern was my father. Are things all right with your family? It's truly concerning to me how, after all this time, he started pretending to act like a father, like he didn't do all those horrible things. Part of me wants to believe him. Part of me wants to punch him and tell him it's not good enough. But yet a third part of me just feels kind of sad about it. There's so much that I want to tell him, but I feel guilty. That what if this is him turning around? His obsession with number one. His obsession with All Might. That maybe what he did to me and my mother, that maybe he resents it. As he grows older, it makes me consider giving him another chance, and that alone just makes me... My love, what do you think I should do? I suppose the only way to find out is to confront him, to make sure he knows that if he's lying or using me again, I will not be his tool. I'll show him I'm my own man, and more than that, I'll show him that I've learned from my mistakes, that I won't bow down, even in the face of the worst adversity. You know what? Love, thank you. You've given me a new outlook, a lease on life I never thought was meant for me. And frankly, I very much like it, and I love you. So, shall we go and enjoy our day? I'm sure the high seas may not be your thing, but if you'd kindly look out the window, we have an island to get to. Now, this island may not be too far from Japan, but it's a very precious part of the Todoroki estate. It was said that my grandfather and his grandfather before him, for a long lineage of almost 500 years, the Todorokis have been steadily gaining power. And while I'm not one to brag about it, I do think it's admirable how hard they've worked. I saw my grandfather, and while I had some disagreements with him about how little he cherished certain things, I still had a lot of respect for him. He especially gave me struggles with his assertion of things that he expected of me as a successor. He is part of the reason my father was the way he is. But make no mistake, much of that came from purely my father. And if you're comparing them, my grandfather is much more respectable in my eyes, because for all of his harshness, he forever had some reason behind it. No greed was in his eyes, only a desire to constantly challenge and face adversity. He founded a foundation, one that serves today to protect those who lack quirks. It may not be perfect, and it's still small, but those without quirks often face quite a lot of shame in society. Those who are discouraged or don't have hope. He strove to give them something to cling on to, something to work towards, and something that they can believe in. I was very sad when he passed away. You never think strong people will ever cease being strong, but it happened so fast. He struggled at first with what we thought was just forgetfulness, and eventually he had made a grave error. Well, I guess the error was on us more than him. I watched him as we were trying to figure out what was wrong. He ended up doing things we've never seen him do. His personality changed, and it felt like he was losing his grip on reality. The strong man I once knew was no more, and in his place was a feeble, aged man with something called dementia. It's like forgetfulness, but in a way that continually gets worse. You start forgetting yourself and others. You start becoming such a sad existence that doesn't even know where they are. Moments of clarity followed by leagues of darkness and nothingness. I felt so bad. I tried to help him, but there was only so much I could do. Unfortunately, even with quirks, even with quirk-based medicine, the most money could do for him is ease the pain. He would occasionally get help from a friend of his, and we'd get to see my grandfather have a moment of clarity, but each time the treatment got worse, it was less effective, and he became more agitated. He even did some very questionable things. He ended up giving most of his money away to people scamming. It was sad. His empire brought to its knees. A lot of the family condemned him, but I knew it wasn't his fault. It was the fault of something that nobody could control. The fault of something that was determined by his genetics. Perhaps it was instilled by his solemn demeanor or something unknown, but it still came. No matter your opinion, health is something I take very serious, and I would very much appreciate it if you'd keep your mind with me. Not that I think you'd fall to something like that. It's just I mean to stay with you. From now until forever, my love. I am your husband, and I take that so seriously. More than you could ever really know. Well, I'm sure you know. Because it's you, after all. Why don't we head to the island? We're almost to land. That's right, love. A kiss on the hand will make you smile, won't it? Don't tell me it's gonna take a kiss on the lips again. Oh, you naughty child. Not that I mind. And besides, it's just a kiss. I'll never get tired of sharing those with you. Right this way, my love. Don't go getting lost now. Well, as long as I hold you close like this, it doesn't matter who's exiting the boat. Not as though there's that many that are allowed to. Only those that are going to the ball tonight. It's invitation only. The rest of most of them will have to stay on the boat. Though don't feel bad for them. They're going to be enjoying their own shows. It's win-win, if you ask me. But I invited some special guests. Oh, here we are. Would you like to do the honors, my love? Go ahead and give the ticket.
Master Todoroki, what a breathtaking guest you have here. It is quite nice to have you. And I hope that you will enjoy the Todoroki estate to the utmost. Otherwise, it would bring shame upon my family, my father's fathers, and so many... Oh, excuse me. No, I can't have that. Pardon me, but right this way.
Thank you, Raphael. He is quite the fellow. He's been serving our family for so long, yet he's the type that never complains about it. He takes his job as though it's his child, and...
Oh, please, Mr. Todoroki. You do me such justice that I love to serve. I take being a butler and a server as my calling in this life. It is something that I shall always pride myself on, and my children and their children shall be the same.
As you can see, he's very, what's the word? He's a bit sensitive if you talk about those things. He goes on a rant. So let's not let him hear us. Just play with it for a moment.
Why, this reminds me of that time when Master Todoroki, your grandfather, he told me a story once. It was about this peculiar crab upon the side of the ocean, and how he found it one day, and it inspired him to use his quirk for better. That he didn't just want to be any old fellow. He wanted to change the world.
It's all right. He won't notice if we move now. Once he's caught in the story, he's as oblivious as a eyeless snail, unaware that we're already gone. So my thoughts today, love, bring me to what I want to tell you. There's so much planned for tonight, and I wanted you to have this. Please, it's just something of a gift. Is there something wrong with me giving my most precious person a gift? The love of my life? Why don't you look in the box? Well, do you like it? Do you remember back about 6 months ago when we were talking about that one outfit you always thought would look good on you, but you could never really think of it working out? Well, I happen to have some close ties with some of the best quirk tailors in the world. And so, while it may not be the same one, I got you a representation of it as best as I could. It may not be perfect, but I hope you'll enjoy it. It makes me so happy to see you smile like that. Thank you for gracing me with something so wonderful. I love you, my dear. And I am truly the most blessed man in the world to be able to share my time with you like this. So, shall we? This way leads to my hidden sanctuary. Those many years that I learned alone. Well, not completely. It was a place governed more by the ocean than it was by other humans. It's where I honed my quirks, and also where I had one of my closest friends. I'll introduce you. Well, they're not quite what you think. It doesn't look like much, does it? Just a patch of trees next to the sand. But it holds an important secret. You see, there's a trap door beneath here. Something that is kept well hidden for a reason. Because this island, it has a bit of a secret. Nobody would really see it coming, but it's an important one. Shall we? Don't worry about that. Easy does it, and it opens. I know it's dark, but it won't be for long. I'll use my quirk to light the way. I promise it'll be all worth it. This is actually a secret passage that leads to the estate. We're kind of going about it backwards, but no shame in that. It leads to something very, very important that I wanted to show you. So that friend is waiting for us. Just a little bit further. And easy does it. Whoa, careful. You lost your step. Well, I guess it's not so bad if I get an excuse to hold you in my arms like this. No, it's just your imagination. I'm not getting more. Well, I'm not teasing you more. Trust me, my love. I wouldn't dream on it. A simple kiss. Don't go thinking about it too much now. You might distract yourself from something else. This way. Unless you'd prefer I carry you. Now I'm not letting you down. Not with that attitude. We're just getting started, love. And I can't have you thinking I'm some kind of a pushover. So, enjoy the ride. Now, you have a very important job. You can hold the torch. Light it like this, and that's your job. Okay? Off we go. You know, I used to play down here a lot. And, well, it has two purposes, both as the escape route and as a pen for my friend. Yeah, you might have guessed it already, but my friend isn't human. In fact, my friend is a species that outlives humans by quite a lot. Can you guess what it is? Almost. My friend is a tortoise. A tortoise named Hare. Though it's kind of funny how he got that name. It's because he has some scruffies under his chin, and I thought it was a befitting name. You wouldn't think much of him looking at it, but he's been here for a long time. He's a very, very special friend to me. And I appreciate that well, when he sees me, you'll see. Oh, Hare, Guess who's home? That's a good boy. Come here. He really likes pats on the chin. Would you like to? Oh, that's very precious. He seems to like you a lot too. He likes strangers, but sometimes he can be a bit skittish and scared. He's a rescue tortoise. We saved him when a storm washed him upside down into a precarious position on the coast. After that, we gave him the ability to leave, but he just wouldn't. So we made him his own quarters, and he's been here ever since. So many years. Ever since I was just a little kid. Whereas most people have dogs or cats, I had a tortoise and his name was Hare. Isn't that right, boy? Come here. He really likes my ice power too. I make him ice cubes and he really likes them as treats. Would you like to give him some ice cubes? I knew you'd be interested. You seem like your heart goes out to innocent things and creatures that are gentle and kind. Perhaps your empathy is just that magnanimous. Thank you. I don't honestly know why I'm saying thank you, but I guess thank you for being such a wonderful person. And for being the best partner I could ask for in life. No, we can't dawdle for too long. There's quite a lot expected of us tonight. And something very important that I don't think you'll ever forget. So, won't you walk with me? Goodbye, little Hare, though you're not so little anymore. We'll come see you again later. Don't you worry. So, my love, there's one thing I wanted to tell you about. Before we get to the festivities. Why I mentioned this morning about my father. It's because he wanted to show up there. I don't know the details of it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try giving him a chance. Perhaps he can do what he couldn't then, and admit where he was wrong. But if he doesn't, well, I won't be surprised. So, love, do you like the secret passage? Did you know that the butler you met earlier, Raphael, he tends to this. He hand scrubs every surface once a month in this entire estate. It's dedication that I actually envy. I don't think I could do it. I'd be too distracted, whether it be by you or by thoughts of you. I'm pretty sure I'd only get halfway. So, my love, I have but one question. Would you like to see something else? Something extra special that I've never shared with anyone? There's already so much, but this is a true test of strength. So follow me. Now we're out of the secret tunnel and into the wine cellar. I don't pay much attention to it myself because I've never been much into alcohol. It's because I fear that if my state of mind was changed, My quirk is too dangerous, but I would try it if I was in your company, if only because I know that I'd be safe beside you. Now enough of the sentiments. It's time we revealed the truth. Here it is, my love. I hope it's not too embarrassing, but I very much like stuffed animals, and I collected so many over the years. They're my pride and joy, and something that I always enjoy to visit. I've named each and every single one of them. Would you believe it? Well, you don't look disappointed, so I'll take it as a compliment. Go ahead, pick anyone you want. I'd like to share the love that they have for me with you. As I was growing up, I always considered them to have their own souls and hearts, and I still do. Consider me childish all you want. I believe that they have a heart and soul, that they care about those people who take care of them. It's always been something close to my heart. And I love animals, so it just kind of went hand in hand. Though my lack of social interaction for a long time perhaps made things more animate than they would normally be. Either way, I very much am happy to show you this. No one else has ever been close to me enough to see it. To be honest, my father would be furious if he knew. At least, my old father would. This new one, I'm not sure yet. But the point is that it's so very, very precious to my heart. The hint of my childhood that I enjoyed. That one there that you have in your hands. That's Bun Bun. Did you know that Bun Bun really likes to be tossed around, if you'd like to toss her? Quite the throw. You managed to get her here in one piece, so I'll have to thank you. There's many more, and I hope we'll be able to come here soon. But if you look at the time, it's important that we go. There's the main corridor and lots of people waiting for us. Yes, my love. Just us. Though, I will need to talk to my father for just a moment. Trust me, love. If I sense that he's not being true, I will not allow it. I'll take us and we'll go away on our own if I have to. Never fear. I am here. And I will take care of you. No matter what. I'll make this a night to remember. Consider this a formality, but I wanted to sort of celebrate our wedding with people I truly knew wanted to be there, but couldn't. So consider this a more heartfelt wedding. One that I hope you'll store in your memories forever. Yes, it means just as much or more than the last one to me, because I feel that the last one was vague, that it was more a show than a feeling. Even though I completely felt in love with you, I didn't feel it was proper. It lacked the family that I grew up with so long. It lacked that feeling of home, and I hope you'll indulge me on this selfish desire. No, love. There is so much that I still have to offer and show you. This is our beginning. By no means is this an end. I want those who raised me, those who supported me through my father's difficulties, to be here to see it, to accept you, so that they might be a part of your life as well, because they were an amazing part of mine, something that I am thankful for to this day. What's more, I want the world to have their fun, but I think it would be amazing to have you and me bonded under the lights of the place I called home for most of my life. This may be what is considered an offshoot estate, but it's a place I spent a great deal of days and learned from my grandfather what it truly means to be a man of the Todoroki family. And I want you to know the family that you have become one with. While there's not that many of us, there are many things I'd like you to see here. So, why don't you get dressed unless you'd like for me to help you? You're so alluring. Like the Venus flytrap of my desires. Like a wonderful, captivating fairy that grants my wish every time I catch your glance. Like a fairy tale where I get to be the prince and have the one of my dreams that I thought I never could. You mean everything to me. There is no question about that, my love. So, why don't we do something a little bit fun? Before we go, would you like to... Well, I guess we had our fun, but I was hoping that you would. Tell me, what do you think? What do you feel right now, as close to me as we are as one? Is it pleasant? Is it as amazing for you, my darling? I strive so hard to make it, and everything I do for you mean everything I hope it means to you. You make my heart flutter, and I constantly try and make yours. Now, why don't I help you get that outfit on, unless that's too much for you? Oh, darling, you're worth every moment, every investment of time, every investment of thought and feeling. I will never regret this, as long as I live and long after that. I'll always strive and long to be your other half, a piece of your heart that's irresistible, that you can never forget, never deny, never be without. That's my dream, a dream that I feel can never be replaced by any other one. Not now or in any foreseeable future will I consider myself anything but the luckiest and most blessed husband in the world. Look at that. Breathtaking beauty beyond any. I have no words that can describe what you look like to me. And in such an outfit, you look as though royalty, as though the most amazing. I wish I had better mastery over words, but I can only hope to do justice with my own. How does it look, my love? I had it made to match yours, so that we complement one another, and that there's no eye within the entire place that could deny our amazing love, because we look like two of a kind already. But these outfits make it feel more like a wedding than last time. Perhaps it's unofficial, but I cherish this just as much, and I hope you will. Alongside me, my precious love, my dear baby. Shall we make our grand entrance? Judging by the voices out there, they're getting anxious. Now they're here for us. So I hope you don't mind coming out with me and giving them a bit of a show. Never fear, just take my hand. I'll give you the courage to get through this, and do so with style and grace. It's customary to kiss your hand like this, and to show you to the ball in style. Shall we?
Now I must present to you, my dear guests, the prime event of this evening, with two very special people to my heart, and those who undeniably live up to the Todoroki name, the newest member of the family, an introduction as well as a dear, dear friend to my soul. Please welcome Shoto Todoroki, the great successor to the Todoroki name.
Shoto, don't disappoint.
As if I need to hear that from you, Father.
It's a troublesome habit of mine, but I... do your best, son.
I will, Father. To everyone, you have my thanks. Coming here to celebrate the reunion of me and my most precious darling beside me. There is not a group of people that I would rather share this moment with in all the world. As close of friends as I've had, no one has come close to the facility here, and all of the servants who became like secondary parents to me during the difficult times with my grandfather. And I have nothing but happiness that so many, even still, showed up for a second wedding. It's truly admirable and incredible to me that so many people care so much about me. I do not have words to express it, but I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And to all, I wish this night to be a pleasant memory. And now, without further ado, shall we get to the dance? Of course. My love, you are the center of this party. There will be many people who try and get to know you, but please understand, they're only here to support you and to understand who you are to me. They will definitely be people that you can get along with easily, and I hope you do. There's so much that they have to say. They are my family, and I'm afraid for now I must deal in the matter of family business. You're free to come along if you'd like. Father, I need to talk to you.
Shoto, I'm more than aware of what you're going to say, and I'm not about to condemn you.
No, Father. I came to ask you, what caused you to consider me in a new light, or see me as more than your pawn?
No, it's not like that, Shoto. I merely got too absorbed in what I was not, that I ended up being consumed. I don't expect you to believe me. And well, there is something else. Something I never had the heart to tell you. Well, what I did was wrong. I did so you could see it. That you could see that there's more. I am no father, but I want to learn to be beyond what I tried before. I never wanted to hurt you, nor your mother. It came to a point where I saw myself in you. I saw some of my terrible traits, and I realized how much I had hurt you throughout the years, and I wanted to pick up the pieces and be a part of your life.
Father, I'm afraid I can't trust those words yet. I'm more than angry with you, but I don't want to be. So I'll at least accept this as a starting point. Damn. It's not what I expected. I expected you to just tell me you're supporting me for some kind of a court marriage or something. As terrible as it may come across, Dad, I've never considered you my father. And it's going to take more than an apology to start being that to me.
Shoto, wait.
No. Don't try and stop me. It doesn't matter what he meant. That's not good enough. You know what he did. I can't accept it. I feel as though like everything I thought I knew, in terms of my own demons, all came out in that moment. How can I be expected to forgive him? I never even thought the idea. When I was saying it on the boat earlier, I never even figured it out in my head. That he might be serious. That he might actually mean it. And now that he might actually, I've never been able to think of that. When you go so many years of hating someone, it's so hard to let go. That hatred, that resentment. He was my enemy. He drove me so much with his terrible deeds that I didn't know how to face him. I can't stand in front of him right now. But you're right. This is something I shouldn't have faced right now to begin with. This is supposed to be our special night, and I let my obsession over hoping that those childish dreams of having a good father, that they were real, but if this is truth, if this is really how it is this really how I should feel? Is there something wrong with me? Somehow I knew you'd see it that way. And while I'd like to just say everything's fine, I'm fine with going through with everything. The ceremony will begin soon, so let's enjoy the night. And before you go thinking that I'm not gonna forgive him, it's that I will try. You have my word. It's fine. You go and get ready.
Excuse me. Yes, you're the one. I know you probably think lowly of me, and rightfully so. I have made so many mistakes in Shoto's life. It's all my fault. And now, when I see that, it seems as though it's too late. Pardon. Is there any way that you can find it in your heart to accept me as your father-in-law? I understand. If Shoto forgives me, I swear to you, I will amend and do everything I can to right what has been wrong. Perhaps it's pointless of me to have said this to you, but I think that you, of all people, have made a ripple in my heart, seeing how you changed him, how you made him stronger. It was humbling, because I never even considered it. That how he would feel. Please, have a blessed night. I think I'll go for now. Tell my son that he is worthy of the Todoroki name more than myself, and that his grandfather would be proud of him tonight.
Looks like he got to you, didn't he? No, I'm not upset or anything, and I don't expect, well, not much of anything from him. But I guess it's perhaps a little bit of a happy feeling, knowing he seems to be remorseful. I've calmed down quite a bit, and I've got a smile on my face. You should too. There's plenty of fun to be had tonight. Happy memories to be made. So, without further ado, will you take this stance? Come on, my love. You're every bit as good as last time we danced. Though still a bit left-footed, aren't you? Last time I didn't have the courage to point it out. But you have this strange way of moving back and forth when you sway. It's adorable, really. Though I take it, you're a good dancer. But also that you're maybe a little flustered. Well, baby, that's all right. Because you're in my arms now. Now, where were we? I think it's time. Time that we said our vows one more time. We bring you all here today to celebrate our wedding once more. So if you'd all listen for just a moment. Our vows. I, Shoto Todoroki, swear to love you with everything I am. Through good times and bad, through sickness and in health, I want to be by your side. And should a villain ever try and destroy our love, I will fiercely protect with hailstorm and hellfire through all the days of our life. Now it's your turn. I love you. Now, that's what I call a wedding. Perhaps today could be summarized by a kiss. I think so. The amount of wondrous feelings in just one sentiment. I love you, my darling. With everything I am as a man. Forever and ever. My love. What's wrong? Oh no. Someone. Please, anyone. Something's wrong. We need medical attention. What's going on? Damn it. Why now? Why now of all times? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? Damn it. I just want you to be okay. No, don't struggle. I'm going to save you. I don't know what happened. Wait a second. What's this? Nobody drink. Don't drink this. There's something. Someone poisoned. No. I'll figure this out. And I'll save you. We need medical attention now. Damn it. Where's recovery girl when you need her? Is there anyone with a medical quirk? Please. I need help. We need to save my love.